Hey folks, Jason Reddick here, Angry Giant Forge. Um, it's what is today? Sunday. Yeah, it's one of them days. Shoot, I can't keep track. It's one of the joys of working for yourself. You can kind of forget what day it is. Um, got a couple items almost done. Tomahawks. Got to grind the edges. They'll be done soon. Still got the Warhammer. Still got to grind and heat treat that. Spike Hawk. Do a little grinding and heat treating. Um, but yeah, been staying busy. I got the baby home. My daughter had my first grandchild, my oldest daughter, Paisley Aaron McDaniels. Absolutely the most precious thing I've ever seen in my life. I cried every time I saw her the first day. Just an absolute precious little angel. It's crazy. So anyway, so haven't been online, haven't been doing much because I've just kind of been making myself available for if they need me. But new parents are doing good, proud of them. Anyway, just about got the shop, at least the roof on it. Looking good so far. I'll post a picture either before this video or after one. I haven't decided at the time while we're doing this, but looking good, man. Got half of the rafters up, just got to need the second half, and then putting the tin on, and it'll pretty much just be. I got a real deal on some tin roofing or steel roofing, but you know we call it tin because I'm an old country boy. So we're going to wrap the side. Got one side and the back. Oh yeah, that's my Apple tattoo. Gonna wrap in the leftover tin. I'm pretty sure I got enough to do the roof and two sides. The front side I'm gonna do like the rough sawn side, not the Carolina side with the natural edge, just be all straight edge. Might do board and batten, who knows? But I still got some time to figure that one out. The main thing is just getting a damn roof on it so I can get some of this equipment out of the driveway and into the shop and start neatening everything up around here because it looks like a freaking junkyard around here and I'm sick of it. So, and 99.999% of that crap is mine. Anyone who's a blacksmith, I'm sure all of y'all, or at least most of y'all, you probably hoard steel. I've got steel crammed everywhere. Stuff I picked up at scrap yards. Stuff people's given to me that I know I can use for things. I have a little more room in this new shop. I want to build a little more furniture. I've got some cool pieces that make some awesome legs. I think it'll turn out really good. But yeah, I've just got so much shit just everywhere. It's just looks like crap around here, and I want to have this place start looking a little more presentable when I have customers over and whatnot. So, but yeah, everything's going good. As soon as my youngest daughter gets off work today, we're going to start working on building her a bed. No ironwork or anything, just pretty much plywood. And she bought some bookshelves she's going to turn up on her side and make them out of that. So thought we'd have to reinforce them a little bit, but they should work. So we'll see. Here I am saying 100,000 times. Other than that, I don't know. Let me stop and think. I'll get back with you in a second. But yeah, I'm really excited to have my shop back. I've been not very productive lately because I like having a shop to work in. It's kind of sucks having everything just piled up in the driveway if the weather's crappy. It's just crappy out here. There's only certain times of day I can work and the sun's straight overhead. But it's part of it. Got to deal with it. But thank God fall's coming. I'll be having a ton of classes come up here in October. They did cancel the Beer Fest down in Charleston, so I won't be doing that. But we have several events lined up down there in October, and we should start scheduling November out soon. So thank you to the places who are still having us come out. We really appreciate y'all. You can go to my Facebook page under my Angry Giant Forge Facebook page. Go to the events section. Click on that. It'll tell you all the upcoming events and things. What are you doing, Joe? Oh. My dog, Joe, he's getting some sun. Old boy. 12 years old, still moving around like a puppy pretty much. His joints are starting to bother him. I got some doggy CBD coming from California, some real good stuff, so start making him feel better, I hope. He still gets around good, but you can tell when he jumps up on the couch or gets down or something that takes a minute to absorb that impact or get moving. So, but he's old for a big dog, which is 12. I'm hoping he lives a couple more years, but we'll see. I started playing around the other day with trying to stretch the eye in this big chunk. You know what? Instead of rawhiding this stuff and making it as hard as possible, I just got to build some tooling for the hydraulic press. Just make it easier. What the hell's the purpose of having all this equipment if you can't really make use of it? I could spend somewhere around an hour stretching the eye out, or 10-15 minutes doing it on the press, and it's smarter to do it on the press. Come on. So we're going to start building some tooling for that. I just want to start moving stuff into the new shop. It's just it sucks so bad. Put my big behemoth anvil to work, the North German pattern, big 640 pounder. Can't wait to put that in the shop. That's going to be my crown jewel. It's going to be my personal favorite anvil. It'll have a plate with a lock on it where no one else can use it when I'm not here. Because it's in good shape, but I don't want somebody who doesn't know what they're doing start pounding on it and ding it and mess up the surface. If I do it, that's on me. But someone else, if I come home and there's a chip or a big half moon ding in the surface and it's like, oh yeah, I was doing this, oh damn, I'll be pissed. I don't get pissed off, and when I do, it's not good. But yeah, I got finishing up some wiring here for some new electrical. I had my power hammer. The motor on it started faulting out. It wasn't throwing the breaker, but it was tripping the overheat little button on the motor. So I just assumed, because I'd had the thing probably 5-6 years, thought maybe the motor was worn out, because they had a Harbor Freight motor on it. I was like, well, they're bound to get worn out sooner or later. Went and changed it out, bought a new motor, put it in, exact same problem from the jump. It run just, two heats, and then boom, trip out. So I was like, well, right then I know it can't be the motor, so it's got to be the power. So when we're get everything done, we're going to run its own separate power, heavier duty breaker, and everything, just to make sure we got everything right. Because that's a major piece of equipment that I use every day. I forge everything on it. I know how to do everything by hand, but I forge everything on that press. I can forge my steak turners, everything down to a super fine point. Just makes it a lot faster than doing it by hand. Most of my chef's knives, I'll work them down real thin on that, then do just a little shape up on with a hand hammer. It just speeds up the production process. I mean, a lot of guys that don't have them are like, oh, blah blah blah. They kind of talk shit about us guys that have them. But hey, the old blacksmiths, if they had access to this stuff, they'd use it too. Anything to make their job easier, they would do. I mean, they used to have these giant water hammer factories. Most of them have been torn down, or floods destroyed them, or things like that, or just, as they quit needing them, they just went the way of the dodo. There was no use to have them around, so they got rid of them. A lot of people forget about stuff like that. A lot of people, they think just the last 120 years, technology has been, the most advanced there has been, which is true to some extent. But in the past, people were far more evolved in what folks think. They weren't all just hunting with sticks and rocks and shit like that. They knew more about the natural world than anybody. I would love to know some of the things the old Indians knew about healing herbs and, living off the land and things like that, because, that's just all that they knew. I mean, the Chinese, they were doing stuff hundreds, if not 1,000 years before a lot of people. They just, super advanced civilizations. They'd have a cataclysm or something would happen and it would knock out what they had, or the technology wouldn't be passed on, and it was lost, the shit that happens. But I guarantee you, the old smiths, if they had access to modern day equipment, they would be churning out some amazing works of art, because they could with just hand tools hundreds of years ago. Some of the swords they made were beyond beautiful, and it's just like, people today are just like, wow, how could they possibly do it? They didn't have no other choice, they did what they did. So I think it's cool. Yeah, if anybody needs any leaf spring, I got a ton of it. I know people talk shit about leaf springs. I made a lot of big choppers out of them. They all work great, and it's free material. And yes, the steel you buy isn't that expensive typically, but some people are absolutely on a flat broke budget doing this stuff. So anybody that needs some leaf spring, let me know. You're welcome to come by and get some. I will not ship it anywhere. People can come by and get it. I will not ship it. If you're out in the Arizona area, around Phoenix, I know a friend of mine out there. She has access to a spring shop that you can get 5160 at. It's like cut off, so it's brand new. It's not fatigued. Like people say, oh, it's been used, it can have stress cracks. This shit hasn't anything like that. They just use the cutoffs. She can get them. They're not too awful expensive, and it is pretty good 5160. It's not as good as old 5160, but it's still good. That's about it. Shoot, I really can't think of nothing else. I'm gonna be grinding some axes and stuff here in a little while. I may do some video of that. We'll see. But I'll make one mainly for tomorrow. As soon as my daughter gets home, she should be getting home here in a little while. We're gonna start working on her bed. So it should prove interesting. Like a fun day. Man, I'll be taking care of the baby, watching her. She's got a little bit of the jaundice, so they're keeping her on one of those mats and Main thing is just keep feeding her good, get her system working, and she'll get rid of all that crap. So, but anyway, y'all take care. Get out, do something creative today, and enjoy your time in this world. Take care, everybody. Hey, folks, it's me. We're back again. Oh, got through grinding on the Warhawk. Ground the teeth in there. Just kind of cleaned up the eye. Took some of the chop marks out of it. Filed these radiuses down. Get ready to harden this bad boy. Same thing with this axe. Ground that spike down. Radius these off real good here. That sucker ain't gonna crack when I harden it. Did a little shape up on the blade. I like doing these little radius cups and stuff in there. So, looks really good on the handle. I'll probably do a black handle for this one. But it's nice and true, straight. Balanced really well. It feels good in the hand. So, this will be up for sale soon. Take the handle out. But this will be a nice thrower. You can throw it, use it as a camp axe or whatever you got. So I think it'll be kind of badass. So I decided after I got these out, this is standard tomahawk head. I'm gonna do these radiuses up in here. They were a little sharp, so I do like using a die grinder with a carbide burr for this, but I don't have one here. They're down at my other shop in Charleston. I could order one for here, I just haven't done it. But I will. Anyway, all you do is you just take a file, get it an angle across here, take that sharp lip out. So, anyway, I'm not going to bore y'all with too much more of this. So, take care, and I'll get with you guys tomorrow. Well, we're getting there, folks. Almost. Not too long. Have a roof over this sucker, and I can start moving shit in.